God, I don't even know what to even go with this or how I'm going to title it. So I guess this is an update, even from a day ago. Again, no panic button, no urgency technically. And okay, where to begin? I guess this is apples and oranges with Doug, who I greatly admired, who's a very good activist. I disagree with him a lot. Doug has an incredible archive on his channel. So if you really want to do deep dives into cults and true crime, Doug is the man. I don't always agree with his point of view, but he is a serious person and did an incredible amount of research, just jaw dropping. And by now, over a year ago, there was a tragedy because apparently he got sick. Now, some people are angry with me that I'm allowing that he could have been murdered. But again, Doug did dive, I mean, super deep into some pretty scary stuff with the CIA and satanic cult. So I don't think we know what happened. And a lot of his family's in Scientology, so we're stuck. Like, what really happened with him, we don't know. But he tragically fell ill. And because of how the laws work, you can't really do very much until a certain time elapses. And then we eventually found his dead body. So that's a massive tragedy, which is not really respected or honored. That is what it is. I feel uncomfortable even monetizing this video, but it is mainly about Serge. I just want to set up a boundary point that what happened with Doug was very disturbing, that he was, at best, the nicest thing, allowed to die. And it is what it is. Now with Serge, and I'm pointing to Doug because that was one of the major questions. Why didn't people act earlier? Some people did. Some people got panicky and tried to reach out. And then there was this whole debate. Isn't that cultish? You know, you don't know him. He's technically a perfect stranger. It just went back. So I don't know Serge. I don't like Serge. I don't respect Serge. He is like almost the complete opposite of Doug. You literally will learn less and less the more you listen to him because his stories just conflict, contradict. The emphasis is not even consistent because, and again, I'm not going to do a whole expose video on Serge, but the guy's a complete fraud. I will give something that his partner is, I think, being a little bit more honest. So, what is the dilemma? Well, and again, I'm gonna have to name some names because I can't avoid it. I don't want to. I don't want to do that, but I gotta name a few people. So, Perth T, who has her own channel, you give it a chance if you want. Anyway, somebody asked her just a few days ago, "What's going on with Serge?" And she said in a reply, and this is an Aaron fan. I've seen this guy like thousands of times. Believe me. I'm not going to give his name because I want to be careful. But it starts with a T. So T asked, "Well, where's Serge?" And Perth responds, I think this is about 8 days ago. This is on her channel. I will screenshot it if I can. If not, just you got to trust me. And she responded, "Yeah, I don't know. I messaged him and I'm not getting anything." Now, to be fair, Perth and Serge don't know each other too well. Bitchy is one of these, as I lovingly call them, Nimkus numbskulls. I don't even want to get into the whole Nimkus or Serge trying to make these moronic propaganda phrases trend. He doesn't even believe in this stuff because his quote romantic partner, because Serge is gay, is doing recent videos on pets. Even Serge did almost a month of content on pets. And again, I want to be careful there because there was this huge fire in Los Angeles, and a lot of animals were apparently put in danger. I heard some of these stories while I was at work. I know it might shock people at work. Seeing some of these news stories, they were pretty incredible. Like a lot of horses got caught up in this chaos, so it was pretty out there. But I'm like, wait a minute, if your whole thing is the Nimkus, why are you concentrating on animals at all? I don't know. Anyway, so I went to that guy's channel, and again, I'm trying to be discreet. Nothing in the comments. So maybe in one of these videos he gave an update on Surge. And again, I usually do not like getting at all into the stuff with these people at all. I do think with celebrities, gossip about romance within a reason is fine because they're more public figures. It is part of the entertainment industry. It's actually very sometimes cynical. I mean, it is kind of even mapped out. So I don't feel as restricted there. But anyway, so with the partner, I'm not seeing anything either. And his last post was on the GoFundMe because him and Serge uh, collected thousands and thousands of dollars together. So what is seriously happening? I don't know. Because again, Serge does have more or less regularity to how he puts out stuff. more or less. I mean, it's not like, right, it's not a mathematical system, but roughly speaking, he does do regular lives and nothing. So it could just be because he doesn't work really a normal job. And again, I don't like getting into the finances, but apparently he's okay. He's not like wealthy or whatever, but he's okay. He came from a rich family. And he made quite a little bit of money in Scientology as an auditor. I will reveal one big secret, which kind of came out, is that he took tens of thousands of dollars from a rich Scientologist. And he acted like, oh, that's nothing. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, I didn't even do the auditing. I sourced it out to someone else. He outsourced the auditing of a child to someone else. It's okay. And then he gets high and mighty and right. Oh, the auditing and the children's. Oh, I cry for children's. So what is happening? Because the last thing I can see on him is some shorts he did where he's just hanging around. Literally. That's it. He's hanging around a playground. That's it. So is he just taking a super long vacation? That's doesn't quite add up because he just did this recent thing with Aaron. He was very vocal there too, saying, "Now we have our crusade and we will blah 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 blah," and it's like nothing to follow up with. So it's like this is really strange, even for Serge. So good faith, and none of the channels have done any updates to even reassure people, "Oh, he's okay, he's safe." I mean, assuming the obvious, he probably is the worst. What, him and his partner broke up, so it's like that's all there is to it. Serge is going to go his way. Whatever M, he's going to go his way. There you go. Maybe he's trying to move because I think they have a studio together where he has like a stripper pole in the middle of the apartment. Right. Child advocacy always on his mind with the stripper pole. Yeah. Okay. I believe that. Anywho, but again, good faith. Maybe it is something very tragic. Maybe something really did happen to him. Again, I don't care. I don't care. This is just purely for informational purposes and to be consistent because I did think about putting some videos out about Doug when he went missing, and I thought about it like, well, we really don't know. We really don't know. And I'm pretty sure I wasn't monetized then. So it wasn't for the money. It was just like, we don't know. We really don't know. Let's be careful. And again, here again, we don't know. But it is strange. This is a strange missing month. So if he comes back in the next couple hours, it will be strange. It'll be like, he just took a month off? I mean, it's not like he doesn't tell people. He literally filmed himself taking an Italian vacation with what's his name. They were both there. It was a romantic getaway. And they still built it like, we're doing activism in Italy. Right, right. And I mean, he has over 12,000 subscribers. And I double checked. Apparently, for the memberships, he does do members only streams, but I don't see anything there. With Nora, we do see some of the streams you get that are available to you. I mean, that's a grift too. I'm not going to get into that. I don't see anything there. There's no content you get with the membership. You just get loyalty badges, apparently. So again, it's not like, oh, maybe he did something for members, but not for general subscribers. No, there seems to be nothing there. So for all intents and purposes, he's disappeared. He's gone. I don't know. So if he's not sick, if it's nothing fatal, yeah, this is really mysterious. And I hate to be the guy, but we do sense a pattern here that, again, to be fair, his channel is not gone, hasn't disappeared. That there is a tendency that people leave the community when they get exposed over something. And, let's be honest, Serge has a very questionable background. So it could be something very problematic or embarrassing is on its way. And he's probably just going to try to ride it out and be silent and be like, oh. So again, it should be clear. I don't respect this guy. I don't like this guy. He's a complete phony. That said, maybe good faith just taking weeks to collect himself. I don't know why. It doesn't seem to really work. So what's he dealing with? I don't know. But I want to be good faith. I think we should have been more active with Doug. So be consistent. Again, I don't like Serge, but he is still a human being. He's not a good activist. I don't think he's a good person, but this is a not panicky update, and yeah, I mean the closest thing I can find is, and she's like, it's been 8 days, and says, yeah, I tried getting in touch and I ain't getting nothing. So and I double checked Miriam too, because I know Miriam and him did a few lives together. No update from her either. So there you go. In fact, a lot of these Nimcas channels are declining too, because Miriam has lost a lot of people. So again, listen, being brutally honest about these things, again, with these movements, it's always tricky. Will there always be some propaganda? Sure. But I think you want to be careful. And my main criticism is they are not careful. And to me, it's just too extreme propaganda. So I don't want to have anything to do with these people. When you get to that extremity, it's like something's gone wrong. But it is a serious subject about children and the rights of children and how they can be protected. But also the other side, because I'm not stupid, a lot of children are evil. A lot of teenagers are very evil. They do many evil things. So it's just a huge dilemma in society about how protect them, but also be protected from them because they can be sometimes very vicious and very cruel. So, this idealization that children are only victims is stupid. So I don't know. Maybe he's just taking a long vacation, or it could be something more sinister. I will keep you updated, but that is what we have. The most solid thing I could find is like 8 days ago. We basically have nothing, and maybe nothing is nothing, or yeah, something tragic has happened. I'm not going to be shedding a tear. Again, this is really Aaron's responsibility, Nora's responsibility, and Miriam's responsibility, and M's responsibility. So if they failed, that's on them. But either way, it does look really weird and suspicious, given Surge's own standards. Yeah, he's the first one to start witch hunts over no evidence. Okay. Well, I don't know, Serge. We got a missing month with you, so there we go. But then we have missing years of activism too. He's hanging out with Jordan Masterson. He's hanging out with the Masterson family, but those are his activist years too. So there we go. So I don't know. Maybe he's crafting new propaganda, and he's just got busy painting his own stripper pole, and time went by.